guys, welcome to my stop of the Save the Crafty YouTuber. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is Crystal Thompson. I am showing you today 2 ways to use one stencil. This stencil is from Unity Stamp Company. All products are linked below, and be sure to comment so you can win a $50 gift card to the Unity Stamp Company store. You can get whatever you like. We're going to be using just the one stencil to create these 2 very different looks. So be sure to stay tuned. Give this video a thumbs up and click subscribe to get notifications on new videos. Alright, so for our first stencil tutorial, we're going to be using the Heart Confetti. This is the newest stencil from Unity Stamp Company. Also, we're going to be using the Gracie Ellie Designs Autumn Dream. And I have already gone ahead and did some no line coloring with my Copics. And I have added a little piece of foam. And I have also already stamped my Live Thankfully. So with these processes, all we're going to do is going to do a very simple distress ink. We're going to use Faded Jeans. And all we're going to do is do tone on tone. So you can use a colored piece of cardstock and then use just another darker sheet of, of color. And then that way it goes on very nicely. So it's a super easy way to create a card. And I'm not even going to use any pixie spray or anything to make my stencil kind of hold down. We're just going to simply blend, blend, blend. You can use anything you like. You know, you don't have to necessarily use distress oxides. I just really like the way that these are blended. So I'm just going to continue on all the way through. And again, it's a super easy way to make a card. So there we have it. Super, super easy way to use our stencil. So tone on tone. We're going to bring in our flowers. And I've already added a piece of adhesive on the back. And then we're going to do the next one. And then you go ahead and embellish as you like. I'm going to leave it nice and simple. But that's one way to use your stencils. So for this project, we're going to be using, again, Unity Stamp Company's Heart Confetti. We're going to begin by doing some ink blending with broken china. So this is, again, another way to use your one stencil and create a different look with it. So we're going to do some very quick, very rough ink blending using broken china and distress oxide. And all this is going to do is we're just going to blend this all the way through our cardstock. Then we're going to come in with our chipped sapphire, which is the darker of our ink blends. And then we're going to stencil those hearts. It's going to look really fun. It gives it just a little bit of a different look, still using the same stencil. Now that we have that ready, we're going to bring in our Heart Confetti stencil. We're going to line it up. So as you can see, this stencil kind of has a gradient down. It has less hearts. So all we're going to do is we're going to create a border with it. And again, this is just another way to be able to maximize your stencil. And we're going to turn our cardstock. It's going to give it a very artsy look. And it's not as predominantly as if you were to use a really dark color, in which we will. But we really want to create a nice little border to frame our card. So we're going to do one more. And then last one. So again, super easy way to create a card. So now that we have our really cool framed border, we're going to bring in our chipped sapphire. And we're just going to flip over or flip around our stencil. And then we're going to blend those little hearts. We're going to flip that over. And again, just make sure that your hearts are continuing the other hearts. But we're just going to be doing where there's less of them on the stencil. I will be linking all the products below as to what I'm using. But this stencil is from Unity Stamp Company, and this is the first batch of stencils that Unity's creating. And I'm really excited for them. All right, so one more. And then let me show you what this looks like. So I'm very happy with it. It gives it lots of dimension with just 2 colors, right? Okay, so I have for my stamps, I have the Simon Says stamp, and these are Chilling Frenchies, and I just thought these were really kind of funny guys. So I've already pre-colored mine with Copics, but let me show you what we're going to do with the sentiment. I stamped it already, so I'm going to grab that broken china. We're going to bring back our stencil. And so if you use a darker ink, to stamp your sentiment, then you can come back and really just do borders with your dark blue. And you're gonna follow the same pattern that you did on the cardstock. And by doing this, you're just stenciling, right? But you're doing kind of a selective stencil without having to mask. All right, so there you have it. Here is our sentiment. So we are ready to begin our card. All right, so I brought back my stenciled image. So I'm gonna bring in my little Frenchie and my sentiment. So I'm just gonna place this down. Enjoy your permanent vacation. So it's a really fun card for somebody that might be retiring. And then I'm just finishing up. Then you can embellish if you want. I'm just gonna let this be. I'm quite happy with the way this turned out. And we are layering our stencil for this technique.